welcome to MagicGatheringStrat. I'm Dan. I promised you, when M14 was being printed and I was all hyped up, I promised you 100 M14 videos, and I've actually delivered 63 at least. I've probably not counted the 4-man drafts properly. This is the one I'm gonna play right now. So it's 63 at least, but I'm gonna make it 100 because I promised it. I am looking for a regular video maker for the core set. There is definitely a position. There's a position for one per each format on this channel, and the one for the core set is open. So please, if you want to do the core set videos, let me know. I'm going to play a 4-man draft here, because I might have 37 drafts to play, and it's gonna be expensive if I don't play the 4-man drafts, because they are much better expected value than the 8-mans. As strategy advice, I am still using the Thoughtcast article on M14 from August 21. I'm sure there is newer material on M14. If you know of a good article, let me know in the show notes, because I want to read up on my M14 play. But David's article is pretty good. I'll link to it in the show notes. He wants us to draft blue-black, blue-white, junk life gain, white-red aggro, blue-green tempo, or red-black sacrifice. I still have not succeeded with red-black sacrifice. I very much prefer doing a draft, but I am gonna sign up for both because they fill very slowly. It appears that the seals are filling much faster than the drafts. Sealed has already started, so I'm joining another sealed here. I had both at 3 and then I jumped off the sealed. It immediately started, and this is a new one. Alright, so we did end up in a sealed. Devout Invocation is pretty good, I hear. So let's see what else we have. Sarah Angel, Dawn Strike works. Congregate, no way. No Heed, Silence, Compassionate, Sovereign, Wall, Flare, Auramancer, Sentinel. Well, that's something. Dismiss into Dream. Not too impressed by blue here, although it looks like a sweet control deck here. 3 sensory deprivations and an Auramancer. This is starting to look interesting. Corpse Holder, Child of Night, Ring Flesh, Tenacious Dead. Okay, Geyser, Pitchburn Devils, Battle Sliver, Outrage, Raider, Shortcutter, Blur Sliver, Ground Shaker, Woodboard Behemoth, Rumbling Baloth, Briarpack Alpha. Okay, how many slivers can we get together here? Piled by creature type. 5 slivers. That's not a deck, is it? Red looks like it has something going for it, but I think both red and green are gone from consideration here. And we are going control. But what colors? So, some sort of synergies here, right? 5 enchantments and an Auramancer. That isn't too much. The black things, 2 Sengirs. Sorry for drinking. What about stalling everything until I can invocate and just win? Is there something splashable out of black? And then I have a millstone in the sideboard. Can I actually play an Chorus Shield in a slow deck? Illusionary Armor is not the best. And no card draw but Divination. Oh, those Scroll Thief. 13 creatures. Does Sovereign do anything? Seacoast Drake. Glimpse the Future is card draw, of course. Auramancer. Stall, cast Devout Invocation, win. Looks pretty decent, doesn't it? And Illusionary Armor, a small flyer to make a killer. Double cancel, that's not my style, is it? And I don't think I want any of these guys. Got a Solemn Offering for the sideboard. Congregate for the sideboard. And Millstone. I think I'm good. I think I'm gonna play this deck. I have 3 huge finishers that can wrap things up. Phantom Warrior as well. And I want to play the Chorus Shield, but I don't want to go lower than 13 creatures. So what would I take out here? A cancel, but let's be the guy with the counterspells for once and see how it works. Let me know if you think another deck would have been viable. I think a black is pretty decent here, but I think there's a team to this. This is a blue-white flyers deck, definitely. I clog up the ground. I have a lot of defense. Card draw. It will just be awesome. It's the plan. So let's see if we can make it happen. If you haven't played these formats before, these are the rules. So it costs 1 ticket and 1 new play point, and that's about 1.4 tickets it turns out. So you have to win. You'll win an M14 boosters. M14 boosters are now quite expensive, so you will have to win a bit more than 50%. Or a bit more than 25%. Your share of winning the format drafts is of course 25%. Prices by place. Well, I got 5 cards and 2 cards. What the hell? And 10 cards. What cards are that? I haven't seen that before. I just want the core set boosters. This will be interesting. 2 cards. That's not very impressive. If they are commons. But if they are like Karn Liberated, it's pretty impressive. I have no idea what it is. So let's see. None of the others have submitted a deck yet, which is reassuring. Anything that really sucks in my deck? I'm not too impressed by Dawnstrike Paladin, but he will help me come back. What about that Chorus Shield? It's so expensive. But it could create a 1/6 flyer. Imposing Sovereign is really worthless. It's only his 2 powers that keeps him in the deck. I could bring in Pillarfield Ox over him. I don't have a card that costs 4 in my deck. That's why my mana card looks much better than it really is. So I'm probably casting another 3-drop on turn 4. So I need a Sovereign, because it can block early attackers, but it's very likely that I sideboard him out. Other likely target to sideboard out is the wall and the Phantom Warrior and Glimpse. Cancel is of course a lot better than Spell Blast. Are the white cards that powerful? I think they are, because they will give me life, they will help me stall, they will give me card advantage, and they will set up the win with Devout Invocation. What if white was green? There be a Baloth and a Woodborne Behemoth. I will smash through on the ground instead of flying. No, I think I like this. Could cut the Illusionary Armor for the Pillarfield Ox. Maybe the Illusionary Armor is too aggressive, and it's better to play 14 creatures and to actually have a 4-drop. Is it even the card that should enter the deck? I think it is the strongest card. I think the card I will bring in from the sideboard the most is Millstone. When would I ever want Illusion Armor? Probably never. It would be nice to attack with a huge flyer, but if I am attacking with flyers I'm already winning. So I'm better off with the Pillarfield Ox blocking on the ground. And the Dismiss into Dream is perhaps too dangerous and too easy to get 1-for-2'd on. So what if I had red instead of white? I would have the Pitchburn Devils, I would have Academy Raider, Chandra's Outrage, the Geyser. So my defense would be much weaker. My control would not be a lot better. Okay, if I had black I would have Sengirs and Abominations. That looks really slow. Yeah, I'm better off with the early defense in white, I think. And what about green? Also too expensive. I think this is the best deck. Maybe I should stop boring you. Nobody else has submitted the deck yet and it's 9 minutes to go. It's happening. Emiko Rari is our opponent. We don't want to play first in M14. And now we suddenly have a really aggressive start. He mulligans, we don't mulligan. Going to go Sovereign into Scroll Thief. He mulligans to 5. And things are looking good. Green, Plains, Sovereign, Phantom Warrior if we can play him, but we probably cannot, so it will be Scroll Thief. There is a little synergy between Sovereign and Scroll Thief if he doesn't have a play now. And he doesn't, so he will not be able to block the Scroll Thief. Which means that we have to play it to establish control. Cannon Minotaur is tapped. It is awesome. But what now? Play Phantom Warrior. Do we deprive him? Well, he's really not dangerous. We can block him with the Dawn Strike Paladin. So we don't. He will have to keep it home to prevent me from getting a card. So we're trusting everything on the Phantom Warrior now. Trusting everything. Oh ho! Chandra's Phoenix! And he attacks, which shows a certain lack of understanding about how the game works. Because getting extra cards is super awesome for me here. Double sensory deprivation, but I want a life gain now to seal the race. And this race is over, I think. But oh yeah, I managed to defeat somebody in the new player queues when they mulligan twice. No, Trollhide! Okay, you get a 5/5. Take 7. Get even more cards. And an angel. And life. Never allow your opponent to hit you repeatedly with a scroll thief. Here comes Sarah Angel and a sensory deprivation. You now have a 2/5. And that's it. Okay, so what am I afraid of? Definitely not gonna bring in the millstone. What about the offering? We saw a Trollhide. Not much more. I need to see more to bring in the solemn offering. And I already have the Pillarfield Ox in the deck. I think I'm good here. Do you see anything else I should bring in? I don't. I think this is exactly the deck I'm geared to beating. I'm built to beat. But he might have bombs that I have not seen. Alright, here we go. That doesn't look like a mulligan to me. This will be the Scroll Thief tournament. He didn't mulligan this time. So we are going to get Scroll Thief and try to get through. No, we will not. We'll cancel. If we can. But here's Voracious Worm. Starting to hit me early. And I think I need to sensory deprive him to prevent the early beats. Might be a mistake. If he doesn't have a tree drop, I will just counter next turn. Yeah, that is what I want to do. Give me time to develop. That didn't feel great. So Scroll Thief can't get through the Voracious Worm now, which means that I will probably play him next turn. And play the Griffin now. But if he plays a large guy now, I have no defense at all. So I am on a clock here. Because I can't kill anything with 4 toughness. Though I will get to Devout Invocation mana. Do I now attack with the Scroll Thief? I think I do. For the remote possibility that he actually blocks. He actually doesn't block. But naturally he blocks, and I'm flooding like crazy. I feel that I'm in big trouble here unless I can draw one of my big hitters such as Mindseeker, Serra Angel or Devout Invocation. Devout Invocation would be a killer here though. Whatever I draw, I will have the mana to cast it. What's in his hand? Well, Divination seems like a good idea. I draw 2 more lands. Now I'm getting him to 13. But I have an Epic Flood, but he looks to have an Epic Flood too, but he can... Is there anything costing me more than 9 mana? More than 8 mana? Is there a red-green card costing 9 mana? So I'm gonna say it. What a weird game. I draw land, of course I draw land. Wow, I should be dead at this point with my 1/3 creatures and 12 lands. Wow. I only have 17 land in decks. I only have 5 lands left in my 22 cards. So I should be drawing business from now on, which means that I am in fairly good shape here. Though he's in exactly the same situation. But I only see Phoenix and Trollhide from him, and that's not too dangerous to me. Maybe he has just a bunch of enchantments. Oh wow. There is no Magma Quake, there is no Mass Removal. Sovereign. But maybe now he will let the Scroll Thief get through. One time. And of course that will be his undoing if he does that. But he must have something. He can't have a worse flood than I have. This is really masterful magic at the highest level. Watch Born of the Gods against Imikurari. What do you think of my account name? Pretty neat, eh? Got it when Born of the Gods were announced, and I'm not even gonna play the pre-release event. Which is a waste. I haven't got the Journey into Nyx account yet, so go ahead and get it. I think... Oh, Imikurari could recover here with anything. Just a Rumbling Baloth shuts down my entire deck here. No, I can still fly for 5 turns and kill him. So what is going on over there? I have no idea. Just posted a modern tournament with Farf on the channel. Check it out. He plays Scrapyard Salvo. And here we come, and a Serra Angel. Is he gonna, like, does he have 2 Volcanic Geysers and want to try to burn me out? But now I'm lethal next turn. So that won't work. He must have something in his hand. What a weird game of Magic. I'm still 12 lands deep, so I'm 25% land left. Well, maybe it's not that strange. But his hand has been like... Countering this giant spider was fairly critical. Wow. Well, I won! Yay! And I am now in the final against Seaman Overlord or Daba. Okay, Daba took this down like a boss. So now it's the finals. Alright, I'm ready for this challenge. Ready to take on Daba. Daba, the horrendous. And here he is. I don't want to play first. And we have a typical blue-white hand. Where nothing happens for a long time. He mulligans, we don't. So let's see what we can do. He's blue. So maybe we are the aggressor in this matchup. But we probably will do a very lousy job of being the aggressor. With our 1 power creatures. Time might be a factor here, so I wouldn't play slow if I was him. Maybe he was just writing. Oh my god, it's the blue-white mirror. Kapasha Knight. So how do you best use cancel in a control mirror like this? I think I'm pumping here. Force him to play something, but I have to counter the 5 drops. Darksteel Ingot. That's not too impressive. Yeah, I'm gonna counterspell next turn. Pretty big giveaway that I'm gonna counterspell something. I think Sovereign is the play here. I'm not gonna fight over the Sovereign. But I note that he is main decking cancel as well. And Millstone is definitely coming in. Pillar Field is leaving. Train Condor. Think we need to counterspell that. But I'm not sure. Is he defending it so I can play my Sarah? Yes! He has main deck negate as well. Sweet! Getting Sarah on the board here should be devastatingly effective. It is premature to play the sensory deprivation. He has only 1 card in his hand. But he's drawing more mana than I am. I want to play Scroll Thief and Griffin Sentinel, so I will not pump. I'm just drawing way better than he is. And I have 2 more cards, so not playing first will serve me well here. But now comes Colossal Whale or something like that. Wow, he's main decking Congregate. That's a huge mistake. Because it didn't affect the board state now, and now I'll just crush him. But I will play the Dawnstrike Paladins. I will not pump again. Unless I draw a counterspell, in which case I will not play anything in particular. Watch how bad his Congregate was. And watch how incredibly bad my Auramancer is. Well, I'm gonna block the Griffin Sentinel. Does he have Planar Cleansing? But even if he does, I have 3 creatures. Or 3 cards, and he doesn't have a card. Okay. Cutesy. I will glimpse the freaking future. Well, the future contains an island or a drake. No, the future contains a sensory deprivation. So will I now pump? I could have recovered the sensory deprivation with the Auramancer, but I will now pump. Finally I pump. Now that I have 2 sensory deprivations, I will cast one on the Train Condor. That worked. Okay, so a lot of counterspells. There could be a point of bringing in another counterspell, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna bring in the Millstone. I only have 4 targets for the Auramancer now. Can I count? No, I only have the sensory deprivation. He's actually pretty bad. Let's exchange him for Spell Blast. Not too sure about that. Hope he plays first and hope he didn't sideboard out the Congregate. Do I think anybody would do that after seeing it perform? The fact that he chooses to play first here is telling. I'm gonna keep. Not having white will be a problem, of course. But if I can get to 3 mana, there is white. And I should have played white first there, so I could flare 1 turn earlier. Bad mistake. But he plays Angelic Wall. I shouldn't say anything. I also have Angelic Wall in my deck still. And I might have to kill the Angelic Wall with Celestial Flare at some point. Oh my god, Warden of Evo's Isle. play the Griffin Sentinel, but then I can't Celestial Flare. I'm gonna start counter his 4 or 5 drops. But his Warden staying around is pretty bad for me. A random sliver appears. Counterspell, cast Millstone next turn. And now we can attack. A whale with you, foul thing. Okay, we definitely need another blocker. Capashen Knight. Can't block anything yet. And Millstone. It means my defense will be in place next turn, so this is the last hit he gets in. Then I will Spell Blast, Celestial Flare, and sit back and enjoy myself. That Haunted Plate Mail was pretty critical. Blessing. Wow. Oh, that will be a great Celestial Flare target. He can't pump now. Sensory deprivation. On the Steelform Sliver. No, not yet. Flare Spell Blast is the plan. Spell Blast on the cancel. If he attacks with both creatures, I'm just gonna block the Steelform Sliver. But he has Blessing, so I should bring in that thing. He's probably cancelling, and then I'm gonna Spell Blast. That's nice. Right, I can do 4 here. Should I? Or should I just mill him to death? I think I should. No, I will deploy the Griffin Sentinel and mill him. But next turn I can start attacking. With all 3. And I am gonna let go of a Sentinel, maybe? No, it's the Compassion Knight. He's just a mana thief. Glimpsing the future. Well, Mindseeker seems pretty good. Not into a counterspell, so I have to wait for him to play something. But time is on my side. Only 21 cards to go. Maybe I should just play the Mindseeker. Maybe this is a mistake. But I'm winning here, so I don't want to risk and miss a trigger of the Millstone. Now I don't miss a trigger from the Millstone. Do we risk it? No. We don't risk it. He needs to cast something very expensive now for me to be able to Mindseek. Oh, that's the end of the fun stuff. Okay, I'm going for it. I can't. I am not that patient. We had it. That one I hadn't seen yet. Okay, this might be a critical misplay then on my part. So he only has 6 turns to live. Oh, fear the ingot! Is there a splash that he's supporting on it, or does he just treat it like an expensive dual land? Well, this is an interesting twist. Sweet! Sarah! Seven mana. Oh! He has invocation. But it's just 2 angels. Is that fast enough to kill me? I don't think it is, because I have a deprivation for one of them. On the wall. I can even attack here. Nine cards left. Whoa, Master of Diversion. It's way too late. Okay, you get 1,000 life points. I have 1 power. Soon his creatures will get +1/+1. They will get it now, right? And it won't make any difference. No, Master of Diversion will tap somebody. But it is over, right? He will not get another... Oh, he will get one more attack phase. So he taps that. Which means that there is punishment coming my way. So I block that thing. And I throw the Griffin Sentinel under the bus. Going to 11. And he now has to kill me this turn. Well, my cancel is not gonna play any role. And he can do at most 5 damage, so I live. And win the tournament. Here is Griffin Sentinel blocking that guy. And this game is over. Okay, so here are my 10 cards. What the hell? What? How do they choose these cards? Are they all commons? A Golgari's Charm is not a common? Wow, these were not worthless cards, were they? A Tempest Counterspell. Interesting. I had no idea that they did this. Thank you for watching. Look at this. An M14 pack.